How's it going, everyone? This is Nexus with Celestial Airsoft. I'm just gonna go over a quick rundown of what kind of equipment I use while airsofting. Alright, so obviously we run the Anthrax jerseys. You can find them online on their website. If you want a custom jerseys like we have, you'll have to come up with a design detail and then send it into Anthrax and then talk to their customer service reps. I'd say that they're pretty good at responding and they got back to us fairly quickly. Run over to my headpiece. I run a beanie because beanies have enough cushioning. They're a little warm in the head, but everyone's different when they want to use something. Happen to have the Oregon Airsoft one. Now for a glove, I actually only run a left glove. Contrary to belief, it's just easier for me not to have a glove on my shooting hand. So I run one just to protect and not get completely shot up. And then I believe these ones are just the Vulcan padded knuckle gloves. For pants and the lower body, I run a set of tights. This one just happens to be one of the Rocks versions for tights, along with a comfortable set of pants. You can wear on, honestly, any kind of pants. It's up to you. For me, just something that's comfy and fits nice and allows me to move. For knee pads, mine are a little ripped up right now. I'm kind of getting old since I've been using them for a very long time now, but I'm running the dye knee pads. They are easy to get on. They sit right over your tights or whatever you're planning on wearing, and they're very comfortable when you're moving around and running and such. Now for shoes wise, I use the Lebrons just because our teammates kind of ran the same pair. I find it easier because without shoelaces, all we have to use is the straps, and the strap system makes it easier to get on and off quickly to get in the match and start. And then the grip on them are pretty well, and it keeps and they hold up. That's fairly good. As per my mask, I do run a dye i4 because I like to save money, and unfortunately I didn't want to buy the dye 5. Not that it's not a good model, but my dye 4s ran me perfectly fine for the past, I want to say, 2 years. Never had a problem with them. The only difference between the two, I would say, is the retention in the back. The Dia 5 has a twist turn, which allows you to tighten it without having to use the normal old pull tabs. And then up top, I do run a Yi camera, Yi 4K. That's just the type of camera I choose to use. We added a screen protector since I blasted through a bunch of those, and you can already see that there's another crack going into that one. For the mount, it's the HK Army mount, and it holds very nice on the, in particular in the Dia 4 masks that have these little vent slits here. And then we'll also give a shout out to one of our sponsors, Mad Designs. These guys print 3D triggers. They also came out with a drop stock, so you guys can go hit them up, and there should be a link to their page on our bio. Alrighty, let's move on to the next portion of what I run. Alright, so I run 3 different guns in competition. I run my MP7, which I utilize the tapped airsoft mag in order to HPA system run it, and then run it with a larger magazine because the normal capacity of 40 rounds in these guns with green gas just doesn't do it for me. And I spray a lot, so I need that extra ammo. Then also running on over, I'll go over in a different video the breakdown of all my guns and how I built them in particular. So I run the TM Glock with a Salient slide on top of it, mainly just for looks. I've upgraded the interiors with a decent amount of other things, so I'll go over that in a later video. But this is, I only run the Glock in green gas, just so I have a different way to go about it. And then this is the primary gun I use. It's my Hi Capa. Run it with the infinity slide, and then just so everybody understands, this Hi Capa doesn't have a single stock piece in it. It did originally have I want to say it was ATM 5.1 at the start, but over time it's been developed and there's nothing stock about this gun anymore. Also running within it is the primary arms and 4 adapter for the Hi Capa, and that's what I use. Move along. I do run a TLR-1 HL for my gun. I also put the green light in it because green and yellow lights seem to cause a little bit of a change in people's eye color and causes them to react a little bit slower. Moving on over here. And then this was the lighter I used to run. I ran it so much that I ended up burning out the battery and the light in it. The lighter from Ace Tech was perfect. It ran me for as long as I needed it to, but as we move along, I wanted to upgrade equipment, and this one died on me, and I needed a new lighter, so we moved on down to the Ace Tech Lighter S, so the smaller version of it. I stuck with Ace Tech because they were reliable, and it did everything I needed it to do, and that's where I decided to keep it at. Alright, we'll start with the 2 different rigs that I use in the Airsoft tournament world. So, we'll start off with the SpeedQB Nucleus chest rig. I have the blue camo version of it. I also run it with a triple stack M4 mag in blue. Chose to go with that route because our team color is blue, so I like to stick with that color. And this rig, I would say, is very reliable, and it's able to keep all of this strapped to my chest very well, along with all the equipment that I'm wearing. It makes the M4 magazines accessible on my chest, which is very helpful when I need to change mags or dump into a different area. And now we'll move on over to my belt rig that I run. I usually run both of them together just in case. I like to carry spare low cap mags for my Hi Capa on my side, or if I'm running the Glock, I usually run these ones since they're green gas. But this one I have set up mainly for the pistol pouches. I have 3 pouches on the side, and then we all like a little bit of swagger, so I got some swag on the back. And then this is also the SpeedQB belt in gray. At the time I was going with gray. And then also have the dump pouch. And then one thing not many people seem to carry anymore, I have a grenade put. I sometimes run grenades, and it's helped me clear out some certain situations, and I'm glad I was able to use. So we'll start with my HPA system. I do run a normal hydro carrier that I found on Amazon, pretty cheap. I'm not necessarily about running expensive things if I don't have to. This cheap bag has lasted me as long as I've been playing Airsoft. Fairly run. It runs the line through the top, and then I usually wrap around my body. It's got enough straps to keep it tugged to me as much as I sprint and run around. And 1 second. So for my HPA rig in general, I run a Ninja tank. It's reliable. It keeps the PSI in that I need, and it holds about 3,000. Currently sitting at almost 1.5. I'll have to get that refilled. And then for my regulator, I run the Redline Airsoft regulator. And this regulator I feel is easy to use, and then it's been reliable no matter how many times I've used it. You simply put the Allen key into here and change it. It allows you to adjust the PSI on there. And then the quick release up top that allows you to plug and take out your line. And overall, I think it's just a reliable piece of equipment. And for those of you that are looking to save money on green gas styled weapons, switching over to HPA can be beneficial for you if you plan on playing a lot and you feel like you want to use it. And if you're looking to keep a set FPS limit, then I think HPA is the way to go. Alright guys, here's the final look. Let me know what you guys think.